Hello, and welcome to our IT information session, where we are going to talk about all of the fast track programs we have at Laurel Ridge Community College Workforce Solutions. My name is Samantha Brill. I'm the program our IT certification classes. And over the next 30 to 40 minutes, we are going to be talking about the top 5 in-demand IT careers that are within our service region right now. So what we've done is we've taken these top 5 careers and we have bundled them into certificate programs based on the certification requirements for each career. The first one we're going to talk about is our computer user support specialist. These people are also known as help desk technicians, and they usually provide technical help for non-IT computer users. So for example, you go into the office one day, you go to print something and your printer is not working. You're going to need to call these help desk technicians to come and fix your printer. And this can be done by several ways, such as in person, by phone, online chat, or email. The 2 certifications that fall under a computer user support specialist is the CompTIA A+ and the CompTIA Network Plus certification classes. And I will tell you that each one of our programs are meant to be stackable. And so what that means is realistically, the likelihood of someone coming in and taking every possible certification and passing everything and coming out on the opposite end and jumping right into a high-end cybersecurity top secret clearance person is very slim. Usually the way IT works is that you will need to start in an entry-level position and work your way up. So that first step on the pathway is going to be a computer user support specialist. So what you can expect is 2 nights a week, 8 hours of total in-person instruction. And then you can expect to put in an additional 5 to 8 hours of study time per week, doing various labs and work at home. And then the CompTIA A+ and the CompTIA Network Plus classes do have additional funding called Fast Forward, Fantic, or G3, and we're going to talk more about funding in a little bit. But the median salary for a computer user support specialist is about $55,000 per year. The next step is what's called a network and computer systems administrator. These are the folks who are responsible for those day-to-day operations of the network. So when you think of Laurel Ridge Community College, Laurel Ridge has its own network. It's got its own Wi-Fi. And so these system administrators are the ones that just maintain those networks on a day-to-day basis. If the Wi-Fi goes out, they're the folks that are working to get it back. The certifications under this career are the CompTIA Network Plus and the CompTIA Security Plus certifications. Again, 2 nights a week, totaling 8 hours. This is usually a combination of in-person and or online classes. And then you can expect 5 to 8 hours of additional study time per week. Again, there is funding for both of these certification classes. And then you'll see the median salary jumps up just to over $94,000 a year. The next tier in our stepping stones are an information security analyst. These are the people who are responsible for installing software such as firewalls. These are the people who are protecting your organization's networks and systems to make sure that nobody's getting sensitive data that they don't need to have access to. This is where you are really starting to get into cybersecurity. If you are someone who has a goal to work for the government, this is the direction you're going to want to head. Anyone who does IT with the government, the Department of Defense requires them to have a minimum of the CompTIA Security Plus certification to do any type of government contracting. And so the three certifications that are within an information security analyst is CompTIA Security Plus, CompTIA CISA or CYSA, and then CompTIA CASP or CASP. Just depends on who you ask, how it's pronounced. 2 nights a week, totaling 8 hours. All three of these certification classes are offered online. An additional 5 to 8 hours of study time per week. Again, all three of these classes do have funding offered for it. And then that median salary does jump up to $117,000. IT project manager. This is one of our newer occupational pathways. More and more businesses are requesting that employees have some type of project management included in their experience. So we have bundled together the CompTIA A+, CompTIA Project. Project is our newest certification class, and this is going to prepare someone to manage small to medium-sized projects throughout their organization. From there, someone can go into ITIL. ITIL is a very popular project management certification. It's probably the most in-demand IT certification out there right now, just because that need for project managers is so high. And then optional is the project management certification, or most commonly known as PMP. This is optional, and I put this out there because in order for someone to sit for the PMP certification exam, they have to have a number of years experience before they're even qualified to sit. So as someone goes through this occupational pathway, they can start in project, get the experience, and start, like I said, working on those small to medium-sized projects. When they go into ITIL, those projects go up to medium to large size projects. And then by the time that you're ready to take the PMP, you will have gotten all of those required hours to qualify for that exam. Just like all of our other classes, 2 nights a week, 8 hours in total, and then in-person and online combination, 5 to 8 hours of study time per week. All of these classes do have funding tied to them. And then that median salary is just around $108,000. And last but not least is our software developers. Software developers create the computer application that allow users to do specific tasks on any given website. So the two options that we have for a software developer are front-end software developer and a back-end software developer. So a front-end software developer, let's say, for example, you go to the Amazon website. All the interactions that you do on that website is done by a front-end software developer. So it's everything that a customer sees when they interact with the website. The back-end software developer is just the opposite. It is everything on that back end of the website that makes the website work. Each one of these boot camps are 1 night a week, and they last for about 18 weeks. Each one of these is 100% online, and you can expect to put in additional 5 hours of study time per week. I will tell you, out of all of the occupation pathways that we have, this one does not have any funding tied to it, and there's a reason for it. Employers just aren't asking for a certification. So they are more concerned that you actually know how to do the job that you are hired to do. So if you see the cost of each one of these boot camps is $4,999. Yes, while that does seem like a large sum of money up front, if you look the median salary for a software developer is just over $122,000 per year. So even though it's a large amount of money up front, the back end is going to make up for it. Again, these do not have any type of certification tied to them, and that's simply because the employers aren't asking for it. Now, how do you get started? For anyone who does not currently have any IT experience, I do require the CompTIA IT Fundamentals certification class, and there is a pre-assessment required, and you can see that link on the screen. This pre-assessment just goes through a list of I understand statements, meaning that you understand the time needed to get through all of our classes. You understand that you have requirements to at least attempt the certification exam. After that, it goes into a series of about 8 to 10 IT specific questions. And these questions relate on a very basic level, some basic knowledge of IT. You have to score at least 120 points to be able to register for the IT fundamentals class. If you do not meet that 120 point requirement, it is suggested that you take computer basics first, and then come back and try again. Again, this is a required class for anyone new to the IT field, and you are looking at 2 nights, days per week, 8 hours in total, and this class is in person. Just like any one of our classes, an additional 5 hours of study time per week. And then there is some funding tied to it. While this class does result in a certification, the likelihood of someone getting a job immediately after this class is very slim. And so I cannot suggest IT internships enough. There are a lot of bigger companies within our service region that have a lot of paid internship opportunities. You can always go to their website to get more information. A lot of times, if you are in an IT internship, it will lead to full-time employment because that employer has already seen your work ethic and is more likely to hire you because they know you can get the job done. All right, we're gonna switch over and we are going to review our handbook. The handbook is on our website as well, so at any point you can refer back to it. I'm not going to read the handbook word for word, but I do want to point out just a few important factors. All right, admission requirements. So you must be at least 16 years old to register for any one of our IT certification classes. You have to have completed all prerequisites in order to register. You can check on the website for more specific information for each program. And then you must complete registration for the class, including payment to the college at the time of registration. You can see that registration does close 3 business days prior to the first day of class. Not only are you going to get all of the hard skills that you need to do jobs in IT, but you're also going to get soft skills. And you can see a full list of some of those soft skill examples. And that's just customer service, communication skills, time management, conflict resolution, anything that you could possibly see day to day in the job, you're going to experience in the classroom as well. All of our instructors are industry experts. Most have been in the field for a minimum of 20 years, and they are phenomenal. So the performance standards section just says, you're expected to complete all course requirements, and that does include all assignments in the class as well as study time outside the class. And it goes into a list of those functions and skills. If for any reason you do not think that you possess one or more of these functions, and or that you have some type of disability, we do have disability services on campus, and you can reach out to get any type of accommodation either within the class or an accommodation for when you are ready to sit for your certification exam. And there are website links for more information there. All books and supplies are included in the cost of your tuition, as well as exam vouchers. Retakes are the expense of the student, and you'll learn more about that within the class itself. You must have reliable internet at home, and that's just because you will have some assignments and study time at home that you will need to complete. As far as the grading system, you must adhere to the attendance policy and sit for the certification exam to receive a certificate of completion and to comply with all of our funding policies. And this just means that you agree to show up, you agree to put in the work, and you agree to sign up and register for your certification exam. As far as the certification exam itself, all scores must be submitted to Workforce Solutions, and this is because we are required to submit those to the state. It has to do with funding policies and all of that, so just want to make sure everyone knows that up front. Again, I'm not going to read things word for word. I just want to hit the highlights. Like I said, attendance policy, you got to show up, you got to be on time, and you have to be present and engaged. Even if you are planning on being late more than 30 minutes, this will count as an absence. In case of an emergency, we all know things come up, sickness. There are tons of accidents that happen along 81. We understand. Just please make sure you contact your instructor and let them know prior to class if you're going to be late. You have to attend at least 75% of the classes. Missing 25% or more could result in dismissal from the program. Additional grounds for dismissal in the program: disrupting learning environment, failure to comply with the safety standards, any form of cheating or plagiarism, and or missing 25% or more regularly scheduled classes. If for any reason the college is closed due to weather or an emergency situation, we do have an emergency alert system, and you can see on how to sign up there. We do have a cell phone and electronics policy. Cell phones may not be used in class. Again, we know things happen if you have a sick child at home, that you need to keep your phone close by. We understand. Just please make sure to keep it on silent, and again, let your instructor know. See something, say something. If you have a concern about something you have observed or heard, either from another student or from someone on campus that may impact the safety, we do have a report that you can fill out. We do have a fully staffed police unit on campus. So there are always a police officer on site during class. credit for prior learning. So if you are someone who thinks that once you complete a certification program that you might like to get a degree to follow up with that, some of our classes are considered credit for prior learning. So for example, if you take the CompTIA A+ certification class, you pass both exams. Yes, there are 2 certification exams you have to take to get the A+. You can transfer that certification in for credit towards ITN 106 and ITN 107. So what that means is because you have passed that certification class, you do not have to take these 2 classes, and they will not be required for you to take towards a degree. So you can essentially get a degree in a less amount of time because you have already taken the certification credit for prior learning. And you'll see a full list there of all the classes that qualify. Additional resources. The college is very good about having many resources available to all students. And I say that because I want you to keep in mind things happen. We fully understand that things happen. So if you are in the middle of class and something comes up in your life personally that is making it a struggle to attend class, please take a look at these resources because they do provide you with assistance. I know Single Stop, for example, has paid for gas cards for students to get back and forth to campus. They have also paid for an Uber for some students because their car broke down. They have helped with electrical bills. We have resources to help out with childcare. We have resources to help out with technology. If you need a computer at home, we have laptops available for you to check out to take home. We have internet resources for you to get free internet at home if you don't have it. Again, that transportation resource is available as well. So please just don't stop coming to class. Check out that link for many resources that could help you be successful in class. All right, we're going to flip back over to the PowerPoint. Now, as I mentioned, there are numerous opportunities for funding. The first and foremost funding is what's called Fast Forward. So as long as you've lived in Virginia for the last year, you would qualify. And what that means is that you would only pay 1/3 the cost of the class. So for example, if a class is $1,500 and you qualify for Fast Forward, you would only be responsible for paying $500 of that $1,500. Now, that is contingent that you pass the class, you need to show up, and you need to complete all your assignments. Otherwise, you could be on the hook for an additional 1/3 of the cost of the class. And finally, you have to at least attempt the credential. Again, if you don't attempt the credential, you could be on the hook for an additional 1/3. If you find that even 1/3 is a financial burden for you, there are additional funding opportunities such as Fantic, which is income-based and all based on last year's tax transcript and the number of dependents you claim on your taxes. And then if you don't qualify for Fantic, then we have what's called G3, and that could potentially bring your cost down to $0. The information on the screen on our website, laurelridgeworkforce.com/funding is a great way to start to see what you may qualify for, or you can reach out to any one of our operations team members to get more information. And thank you for attending this information session. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. My information is here on the screen. It's Samantha Brill, sbrill@laurelridge.edu, or you can call my office at 540-868-7278. Thank you.